The market is getting absolutely monkey hammered today, but my account is not. In fact, my account is on fire. Now, if you've been following along in the trades that I'm putting in the US Investing Championship, maybe your trades are on fire as well. Now, if you want to see every trade that I'm putting on, down below is a spreadsheet with literally every single trade. We're going to fill out that spreadsheet here in just a minute. We're going to mark all of these trades to market. And then is the PowerPoint presentation with exactly step by step how I'm finding these trades. And it sounds crazy, but we're 20 days into January and my account is up nearly 30%. Pretty sick. Pretty sick. So let's make this happen. Let's start at the top. Welcome to the OVTLYR Trading Room, US Investing Championship invitation only live stream. This is where we help you save time, make money, start with less risk. So go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. We are following plans M, ETF, and sit in cash and don't F up. And today, by the end of today, we'll have all three of those plans on at the same time. I didn't think this could happen, but this is actually going to happen today. Now, listen, if you want normal returns, this is not for you, but if you want outlier returns, you are in the right place. So when to use each plan? Plan M is our most profitable plan, which I'm going to show you in just a minute. Plan ETF is when things aren't working out. You go from plan M to ETF, and then plan sit in cash is when even in ETF isn't working out. Actually, we're going to have all three of these live today, which is unbelievable. Now, before we put on any new trades or look to put on any new trades, we need to reduce risk before adding new trades, because the most important part of the plan is planning on the plan, not going to plan. So we need to review our active trade exit signals. So first, let's start with the market. We're in plan ETF on the market. Now, this is the entirety of the sell signals here. So SPY having a sell signal. Let's go take a look, right? Now, of course, nobody can foresee golden toilet tweets coming. So we're looking at a buy signal is still active on the SPY. All right. And then a 30-day-old order block. Let's go look over here on the SPY. There is a couple order blocks going on right here, but neither one of them is 30 days old, so no issues there. A 10-20 bearish cross. Now, this has not happened today. If the market does not have a monster bounce by tomorrow, that 10-20 cross will happen. I mean, mathematically speaking, this 10 and 20 cross will happen by tomorrow, which will put us inside of a bearish trend. Now, am I going to move ahead of time? No, I'm not, because I don't have any exit signals. Now, this one here is when it gets a little bit overbought and it's way up here. That's not happening. I don't have any exit signals on plan ETF. However, what's crazy, I'm still up on my trade on plan ETF. So let's go take a look at it real quick. The SPXL is at 215.06. If I come in here to the stock calculation helper, put 215.06, that would be to liquidate my portfolio. If you can believe this, my average cost to enter was 226. My average cost to exit is 228.95. So I am actually still up on my SPXL trade. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Because I've been running in and out of that trade, getting parts into plan M. So look at that. That's pretty exciting, right? Even though the market sold off hard, this is how these plans work together. I was in SPXL, plan ETF, fully. I started taking off portions of it because I needed the liquidity to put on new trades in plan M. And you can see I did that here on the 12th, the 13th, and the 15th would be, actually, let me update that to the 20th, 2026. There you go. That would be today. So I am still up on my overall trades because of this. So sick, so sick. Now let's move on to plan M. So plan M, these exit signals are the same across all of them. Outlier sell signal, 10-20 bearish cross, running into the order blocks that are at least 120 calendar days old, any earnings, gap and craps, or 2 stop out points here. Now, this is my entire portfolio. So KGC will start with first. This is on a huge run. Oh my gosh, this is up 7% today. An absolute monster move at the moment. So let's see. This stock is up 10% so far. KGC, let's go ahead and mark this to market real quick on KGC. In fact, I think this is one I need to roll. I need to roll. Now, why am I going to roll? Well, first, none of these exit signals have been hit. But for every starting at the first ATR and then every ATR after that point, I look to roll. We're up roughly 2.5-ish ATRs from entry, which is amazing. Up 9.5% so far. When it moves 1 ATR in the direction that I want to see, can I roll up and out for up and or out for a credit? If yes, sell to close the original position, buy to open closer to the money with the same liquidity standards. If no, hold the existing trade. Now, we're actually going to be covering this more in OVTLYR University today, but now you actually get to see it happen live, like real. Let's make it happen. So KGC, let's go take a look at this. So in the portfolio, KGC we're in the January 30th, 31 calls. So you can click the lightning button, the Harry Potter button, hit the roll button. So now down here, we'll see the position right here, and it defaults to rolling out in time. I don't want to roll out in time. What I want to do, well, maybe I want to roll out in time. I'm not sure. In fact, the 30th would be next Friday. So I have to roll it out in time by this Friday. So because I have to roll it out in time by this Friday, that would mean I need to take 2 different trades to do this. So rather than doing that, I'm just going to roll out and up at the same time. So looking at the February 6th, let's go take a look at that. So options, let's go to KGC. So we're in the January 30th, we're in the 31s. So right now, we'd be looking to close the 31s and roll closer to the money, but we have to take a credit in order to do this. If we roll straight from the January 30th to the February 6th, we actually have to pay a debit on the same strike. Reason being is there is additional uncertainty value, additional extrinsic value. The intrinsic value will stay exactly the same. Extrinsic value will change. But let's go take a look on the February 6th, because I do want to roll it out. If we go to the 34s, this is 30 cents wide. Extrinsic value 79 cents on 297. Gives me 26%. I can work with that. It is a little low on open interest. It is a little low on open interest. I generally like to see it over 250, but in this case, I'm going to break that rule ever so slightly. So I'm going to move from the KGC 31s up to the February 6th KGC 34s. Now, this is a live money account that I'm trading in the US Investing Championship right now. So we're going from the January 30th 31s to the February 6th 34s. And let's see what kind of credit we can get. Let's start at 225. Hit send. And then we'll go over to the orders. So this is called a diagonal when we're going across and up at the same time. Filled at 225. Okay, so let's come over here. Let's go to our main portfolio, KGC. Now, we've already rolled it once. We just rolled again for 225. And then we need to take the price of the current option, which is at KGC 292. At 292. Okay, so we're already up. How much is this? 71% on this trade. We're up 71% on KGC, while the stock is up about 9.5%. So we're up bigly on it. And that's grown the account by about 8% so far. So KGC looking amazing. Let's go on to the next one, PPTA. This one we've already rolled once, and it was a good roll. We've already rolled it for PPTA. Let's see. We've already rolled it for a 215 credit. Let's see what the market on what was this? PPTA. PPTA's current market value is 760. So we'll change that slightly, which shows that we're up total on the trade by 12%. So good start. We'll see if it can move up like KGC has done. Let's go to the next one. How about NEM? NEM. Yeah, this one's had a nice big move. Have we rolled it once already? NEM? Looks like we have not. So the NEM was at 1010 the other day. It's moving up bigly. Let's take a look at NEM right now. NEM's market price is 1412. That's huge. Cool. So how about this? How about we go roll NEM? Let's go to the options chain. And NEM, we are also in January. So I want to roll out in time. Now, Joe and I were working on this earlier, and we both talked about how, you know what? Nobody's home in February 6th. Nobody's home February 13th. Maybe a little bit right here. How about February 20th? Okay. There's a lot of liquidity on February 20th. So what I'm looking to do is roll the January 105s up to the February 110s. Okay, lots of liquidity there. This is less than 50 cents bid spread and 380 on 1245. Gives me right at 30%. I'll take it. I'll take it all day. So we're going to roll from January 30th up to February 20th. Boom to boom. Okay. From the 105 to the 110. And let's see how much credit. We'll start at $1.50. See if we can get filled for $1.50 credit. So that order is working. Looks like it was filled. Orders filled at 150. Okay. So let's go update our portfolio manager. So we just filled NEM at 150 equals 150. Okay. But that's not what it's worth now. It's worth more than that now. So let's go to the current price, which is NEM 1222. 1222. So 150 plus 1222. So we are up 43% on NEM so far, while the stock has moved how much since we got in? Up 43% on options, while the stock has moved 4%. 10 times greater returns. I'm not mad about that. I'm not mad about that. Are you guys mad about that? I'm not mad about that. Okay, NEM looks great. So we've talked about KGC, PPTA, NEM. Let's look at MP. MP, we've already rolled it once. Doesn't look like we need to roll it again. Current price of MP is 703. Now we've already rolled MP, so you'll see over here 218. Now the current price is 703. Okay. And let's go to the next one. We've already talked about SPXL. Let's go to OR. OR, big move. Big move. Can I roll this for a credit? I would like to. Let's go see. OR. This is in April. We went to April on OR. Searching for liquidity. We had February, March, or April. Now, if you look in February, we're not going to roll it up closer. No way. How about March? Nobody's here. April. Okay, cool. Now we're in the 35s. Can we roll up to the 40s? That's the question at hand. Lots of open interest here. 248 extrinsic on 620. Let's see. 248, 620, 40%. That's too rich for my blood. So for this one, I'm not going to roll it. We're going to keep it there. So if we go to the portfolio, OR is worth 950 right now. OR is worth 950 right now. 950. And lastly, Ego. Ego is right in the middle of an order block. Let's go to the 5-minute chart and we'll see. Actually, we may need to close it real quick. Not yet. If the 10 crosses under the 20, that is my intraday exit to close on Ego. Has not. However, it is inside this order block right now, as we can see. So I will be closing it here by the end of the day if I don't get an alert any sooner than that. We may have to make a quick interruption to close this on OVTLYR University. But as of right now, we're good to go. So that's all the trades we have on. KGC, PPTA, NEM, both KGC and NEM we've rolled. Let's confirm the orders for that real quick. Yep, KGC, NEM, both have been rolled. MP, we're still in SPXL, or an Ego we'll have to get out of today. So that is my portfolio right now. Let me double check these. I want to mark all of these to market real quick. We'll update the portfolio manager, and then we'll get into OVTLYR University. So very quickly, see if I can do two at once. Let's see. That'll do. All right, Kate. No, it won't do it. Damn it. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and forth. KGC 297. All right, let's just make this 297. PPTA, let's get the right price for PPTA, is currently at 760. And that's after a roll. Okay, good. NEM, current price after a roll is 1243. We have 1222, so let's update that to 1243. MP, current price of MP is 690. So we need to pull that down to 690. Ego is sitting at 875. And this is the one we do have to close here shortly. And then lastly, OR is at 965. 965. So let's go to the portfolio return so far. 29.01% so far. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all whatsoever. So what we're going to do, and let's just double check that Chris's math is at least in the ballpark of being right. Let's go to our account view. 64 $50,563 on a $50,000 account to start with. My portfolio manager gets me right at 64,503. Okay, I'm in the ballpark. Cool. It's going to move around a little bit because of the market being open right now. But we're doing great, right? Taking a $50,000 account. So far, we're up 29%. It's just January 20th. Just January 20th. Now, there is a little bit of cash on hand now. And the cash that we're going to take from the sale of Ego will go into SGov because we're actually going to run all three at the moment, which is funny. I never thought that would happen, but that's what's going to happen. But in the meantime, let's have OVTLYR University. We will be closing Ego here by the end of the day if I don't get an alert any sooner than that. I do have alerts set up on the PC, so we'll all see that. So let's go look at what happened on Ego. This is the one trade that was still on that we needed to do some work with. Where is today? Goodness gravy. It is just on a roll. So there's what am I doing here? There's the today candle. And it is huge, right? It's up, geez Louise, this up is 5.3% so far. So it did not have the 1020 cross whatsoever during the day. So how beautiful is that, right? My emergency exit plan was not tripped the entire day. However, it's still going to close inside this order block. Now, Joe was pretty cool. Joe was saying that he was looking at Bookmap and that there's no overhead orders that he can see until $50. Now, here's the thing. That's not part of my trading plan. And that may be true. And this trade may run for ages. But because of my trading plan, I need to follow my rules and therefore I need to close it. Because let's go over here to the OVTLYR trading plan. Go over here. And where's my slide? Hold tight. Let me find my slide. Here we are. Okay. Because it's closing inside of that order block, I need to close it. That is my rule. It is a written in stone rule that I'm going to execute at this very moment. So I need to execute it in not only the OVTLYR fund, but also in my two personal funds that I manage. So let's go do that real quick. Ego, send to ticket. Now we're going to be closing this sell to close. The 35 strikes and current price says 885. Let's see if we can get filled. All right, look at the order. Filled. Average price was 885. Okay, give me 1 second over here. Let me do this in my personal account real quick. Closing full positions. All right, 2 seconds. Oh, that's an OR. Hang on. Almost made a trading error. That's why I don't like to do my personal accounts on there too. There's just too much to do. I almost closed OR. OR. We need to close Ego. There it is. Close this guy. Close position full. Let's see where I can get filled. All right, out of that one. Man, 885 was the fill price. What a great price. Go to the other Ego. Close position full. Because I'm not getting filled at 885 in my personal accounts. Filled at 855. Ugh. Okay, so those were some good trades right there. All right, so let's go mark on the portfolio manager that we are out of Ego at 885. Go in our portfolio, we can see Ego is gone. We do need to buy SGov here in just a moment here. Let's go update this to 885. Ego is gone at 885. It actually is closed today. Today is the 20th, so I'm going to mark this white. And I'll mark this white because this is when it's actually closed. And that's now at 29.27% returns for the year. Not too shabby. Now I need to take all my cash, count view, cash. Oh, that's not bad at all. Cash, 17,653. And then the current price of SGov is what? SGov, 156. So I'm going to take this value of 17,653 divided by 100.56 gives me 175 shares of SGov I need to buy. And I need to go equity, and I need to do 175. Yeah, 75. I'm going to do it at market because it should be filled right away. filled at 100.57. So if I go into my account over here, I should see SGov right there, 175 shares filled at 100.57. Okay, let me go to my personal accounts. All right, good to go. So my portfolio is full. The OVTLYR fund is full, and I have $54 to go. So we're not 66,000 for the year. That is, remember, new minus old, 66 minus 50 divided by old. So we're up 32% on the year. 32% on the year is not too shabby. That is the update for the OVTLYR trading room for today. Listen, if this was useful to you, OVTLYR is 82 cents a day. You get everything included. You get access to all of my trades. You get access to the Discord. You get access to the software. You get access to OVTLYR University. Everything is included for one itty bitty baby price of 82 cents a day. So if you're ready to save time, make money, and start winning with less risk, click one of these two videos. Have a fantastic day. We'll talk soon.